Afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? Great. Excited that you're here. If you're here, let me know that you're here. I see there's a viewer. Don't know where you're coming from, but hey, you know what? I didn't hit go live on my Instagram. So let me do that. Yay. So, what's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, if you were here yesterday, let me know that you were here. I decided that I would go live today and talk about the most important skills that you need to develop as an entrepreneur. And the reason for that is because I was Googling this a little bit ago, just before I went live. Again, if you rock with me, you're going to always know that I teach you as I go along. Okay? I did not prepare for this live stream. I Googled something that I wanted to talk about and I found something so interesting. So when I Googled the most important skills that you need to develop as an entrepreneur, that's what I Googled. The AI from Google, if you have not used Google and seen the AI in real time just generate answers, it is the bomb. So I saw that the AI start to put the answers in for me, and I was like, get out of here. So the very first one says entrepreneurs need a variety of skills to be successful. Some of these skills include, and the first one says leadership. But here's what's real cool. It's not really leadership, it's sales, because it says entrepreneurs need to be able to sell themselves and their products or services. So leadership as an entrepreneur will require that you master sales. Your leadership in what you do, again, which is one of the biggest reasons why I like working with experts. People who are experts at what they do, they don't have imposter syndrome. They don't have like, oh, I don't know who I am. They know who they are. They have fully stepped into their leadership. And there might be areas where their leadership wavers because of their confidence, but their leadership is not wavering because they're not an expert at what they do. Their self-concept. They know that if you pay them, you're going to get the result that they provide. So in order for you to be an entrepreneur, you must master leadership. But leadership is right there with sales. Leadership. Entrepreneurs need to be able to sell themselves and their products or their services. Okay? Do not confuse leadership with confidence, because many of my clients, they lack confidence in their ability to sell their services. And because they lack confidence in selling, they sometimes get that mixed up in their head, and it makes them think that I'm not good at sales, so I'm not good at what I do. Absolutely not. You're great at what you do. You just don't know how to sell. Right? Because and I wish it wasn't like so difficult to understand that. Like when you go to school to be a dentist, you go to be a dentist. They don't teach you how to run a dental office. When you go to school to be a lawyer, they teach you law, and you take the bar, and then you go practice law in a courtroom, but they don't teach you how to create your own clients, how to generate a pipeline of leads. When you go to be a doctor, the same way, right? You go learn your specific field, but they're not teaching you how to start your own business and your own practice. Okay? So you must have leadership, and that leadership is equivalent to being able to sell yourself and your product and your services. The next skill, risk taking. Guys, these are skill sets. These are not personality traits. These are skill sets. Risk taking. We're all born with this innate desire and ability to take risks. We're children. We've never touched a hot stove before. We're going to touch a hot stove. But because we touched it and we had a very bad consequence, which was blisters that burned our fingertips, we're not going to touch the stove anymore. So life conditions us to not take risks, but you're not touching a hot stove in your business. You're letting people know about what you do. You're stepping out and being, you're stepping out. You're going to market. You're going to do this. You need to develop the skill set of risk taking. Entrepreneurs need to be able and willing to take risks in order to benefit from success. Listen, you cannot have success without taking risks. It's not going to happen. Here's what else I want you to get from this. Here's what I want to offer. That I'm teaching here skill sets that entrepreneurs need in order to be successful, but these skill sets everyone needs in life. Even if you're not an entrepreneur and you have a 9-to-5 job, you need to master these skill sets in order to move up the ladder of success at your job, at your career. You need to master these skill sets in order to move up the ladder of success in your relationship. You need to develop these skill sets in order for you to master communicating with your kids. You need to develop and master these skill sets in order to change your credit score, in order to lose the 40 pounds that you want to lose. It's just that I happen to teach entrepreneurs to master the skill set of high ticket sales. But make no mistake, these skill sets are needed in order for you to be a successful individual on planet Earth. You need to master communication. Entrepreneurs need to be able to communicate effectively. If you can't go live and communicate effectively your thoughts and your ideas, then what are you really doing? You must be able to communicate, right? Communication involves not assuming things when people are speaking, letting them finish their thoughts so that you don't assume things. Listening with the listening ear to solve problems and not from just hearing what someone is saying so that you can respond back defensively. But listening, all of that falls under communication. Entrepreneurs must master networking. Entrepreneurs can identify and reach out to people in their network who can guide them and inform their decision making, like, who can I hire to coach me? Who do you recommend for this? Oh, I recommend my friend to fix your pipe that got busted during the storm. Hey, go do this, go do that. Networking. It is incredible to me how many people come to work with me and they don't network. They only think that networking is posting on other people's Facebook posts, joining a Facebook group. That's not networking. Networking is you're a doctor and you go join organizations where doctors network. You're an entrepreneur, so you go join organizations where entrepreneurs go to get accolades or to learn or to network. It's not just being online. Like, it blows my mind how people want to make money and they're not mastering these things. You need to network. You need to be able to land clients offline. You need to be able to communicate when you're getting your car worked on and the service person is asking you, hey, what do you do for a living? You might land a client waiting for your car in the service area, right? But if you don't know how to communicate, then you're definitely not going to want to network. And you'll be like, well, I'm an introvert. I don't like talking to people. And I'm like, if you are any of that stuff, I need you to know that you need to stop BSing yourself, because plenty of introverts are CEOs. Like, I read an article a few years ago that the CEO of JetBlue, he's an introvert, right? It's like major airline, introvert. Like, being an introvert doesn't mean anything. It just means that you're not gregarious and outgoing in the life of the party. But you can turn that on. You can turn it on. You need to be able to communicate with people. Otherwise, how do you think you're going to create clients? By making social media posts? You're going to attract people and they're just going to slide in your messenger every day? If that were so, I would never go live, because I would just be making social media posts and I would just be fat and happy, getting rich off of my social media posts. I would never have to speak to anybody about it. Go check my Facebook. Go check my Instagram. Go check my LinkedIn. Boo. I don't have to do anything, but you have to network. Okay? A skill set that you must master. in order to be successful as an entrepreneur is problem solving. You need to be able to discover new problems. You need to find opportunities for those problems. You need to innovate. You need to think 10 steps ahead. You need to be able to think about a potential problem that could happen. It is not about always thinking worst case scenario. Oh, I'm always thinking about the worst thing. No. I'm not telling you to think about worst case scenario all the time. I'm telling you to think about that's a possible outcome so that you can prepare for it. That when it does happen, if it does happen, you're not caught off guard and you can immediately act because you actually had thought about this happening. That is part of forecasting. It belongs in problem solving. Okay. You need to be able to problem solve. Okay. You need creativity. You need to be able to innovate and act on opportunities and ideas. Let me tell you something. If you go to www.missionchargemorenow.com, the entire page is creative. It was in my brain. I wanted to make this 5-day challenge and I wanted it to be Mission Impossible themed. I wanted to give you, like when you go to the page and when you see my Facebook cover, I wanted to give you movie poster vibes. I wanted to make you feel like it's a Mission Impossible. Every post that I make about it on Instagram has the Mission Impossible theme music from the trailer. I want you to think that you are a secret agent and that we're together going to defeat Agent Broke. That is creativity. You need to master creativity so that when you have crazy ideas like, I want to do a challenge and I want to have it Mission Impossible themed, that you're able to act on those opportunities and those ideas. You need creativity. And the last one, I think, should be the first one. And it is risk tolerance. You need to be willing to take risks in order to reap the benefits of big success. You need to be able to bounce back from a risk that later on you learned that you didn't have enough information when you made that decision. Later on, you learned that you made a hasty decision. Later on, you learned that these $10,000, oh my God, I didn't really, based on what the person sold me, I didn't get whatever result. Later on, you learn, because see, the thing about experience is that you get it on the back end. But now that you have experience, how many more times do you keep making the same mistake? So risk tolerance allows you to compress time so that when you have a failure, you're not really failing, you're learning. You're not really failing, you're learning. Bounce back ability is another one. Resilience, your ability to make it back from that negative thing. Resilience, not to be stuck in, oh my God, I had a toxic or a negative or a bad mentor, bad investment, and be stuck there. So all of those skill sets, to me, my children know those. I taught them these skill sets so that they can be awesome people in the world. You need to learn this. Again, for every result and every goal that you want in your life, you need to have these skill sets. You need to master these skill sets. Let me see what's, oh man, look at all the people that are on Instagram. Hey everybody. I just went to see who's on Instagram. I wanted to come here because yesterday I went hard on sales. I wanted to come here and share these things because in order for you to master sales, you need to have all of these other what's the word? They benefit each other. They complement each other. You need to have all of these other complementary skill sets. And one of the biggest reasons why people join coaching programs and they don't get results, it's not so much because the program was not great, but so much because they have no leadership skill. They don't know how to communicate their needs to the coach, to the group. They don't know how to network within the group and form collaborations that are profitable for not just themselves, but the other person as well. They don't know how to problem solve. They don't actually have time management skills. They are not creative. They're coming to a program and they're saying to the coach, think for me. Can you create my offer for me? Can you tell me what to say? Here's a screenshot of someone who messaged me. What do I say back to that? You have no communication skills. I can't teach you how to do what you do. Again, which is the reason why I only like working with people who are experts at what they do, because I don't teach anyone how to be an expert at what they do. I teach you how to freaking master sales, the psychology of sales, why high ticket buyers buy the way they buy, the identity that you need to step into to command that type of money for your offer. Speaking with this type of conviction, not because I want to be a preacher or not because I want to be, this is not fake. If you had dinner with me tonight and we were sitting across from each other, this is the Linda that you would get. This is the passion that I speak with when I speak about sales and I speak about business, because I've done this thing. And I never lie about it. It's hard. This is not easy. You're not going to write magical posts that are going to attract people that are just going to throw their credit cards at you. But you can write posts in a way that is persuasive to the person who needs you the most. And it creates a desire for them to want to learn more and want to work with you. But you're lacking all of these other skill sets. If you're lacking all of these other skill sets, you're going to have problem mastering sales. I need you to step in all the way into your leadership. Who the hell are you in the world? What kind of results do people get by working with you? What are your results? Own them. Like, I am a badass. If I were a lawyer, I would be, what kind of lawyer? My daughter just started working for a lawyer who does estate planning. I would be, if I were an estate planner, then I would have a luxurious office. I wouldn't be an estate planner. Oh my God. See, I knew that I was going to go down a rabbit hole. I wouldn't be an estate a lawyer and got an office in the hood. I wouldn't be an estate lawyer and renting an office space from an old ass building where when you walk in, it smells like mold. If I were an estate planning lawyer, I would have a swanky ass office, maybe on the 30th floor of a building downtown, or maybe a beautiful townhome that I rented and I turned into my office, because I'm looking to protect and manage people's estates. So I'm looking for a particular type of client. If I sold cars, I would be selling high-end cars. I would be selling European cars, Audi or BMW, Mercedes. I would be selling those vehicles. And because I would be selling those vehicles, then I would be wearing Versace earrings. I would be wearing Gucci rings. I would be having my Gucci purse, my Yves Saint Laurent. I would have my wonderful shoes. I would have particular things that catches the eye of my ideal buyer, because I'm selling to a premium buyer, right? So we need to know how to communicate with our body language, with our silent cues. We need to know how to position ourselves to attract the clients that we want, because each different type of client at each different price point, they buy differently. I'm going to drop something here that I'm going to be covering on my 5-day challenge. But people who buy uber expensive things, mega expensive items, why do you think they buy them? Like, do they really need them? No. I can have it. When I wear it, I think I'm a badass. Like, why would I need a $400,000 watch? Who needs a $400,000 watch? Who needs a $10,000 watch? Who needs a $3,000 watch? Who needs $1,000 watch? Who needs a Movado that starts at 500 bucks? No one needs it. That watch doesn't tell time 500 times more faster than a Timex or the Fossil. If I buy a $400,000 watch, it doesn't tell time 400,000 times better. It makes me feel, when I look at my wrist, I am a badass. Right? Driving a Bentley, the Bentley doesn't drive 300 times faster than the Toyota Corolla. I mean, it drives faster, but the wheels aren't 300 times rounder than the Toyota Corolla. It's just when I get in it, I feel like a badass. When I get in it, I'm like, I'm a bad motherfucker. People that buy uber high end, they're seeking a feeling. Maybe the feeling is community, like the Apple buyers, right? The Apple buyers, we won't even throw away the box. We are seeking community. We have our own inside jokes like, is your text message bubble green? Girl, what are you doing? Get with the Apple. And the Android people are like, whatever, we got the best camera, right? It's community. It's all of these different things that the high-end buyer thinks about when they're making a purchase. So if you're selling to the high-end buyer, you've got to look like what you want to attract. You want to attract $1 million? Look like $1 million. Anyway, I wanted to come today and I wanted to teach this, the most important skills that you need to develop as an entrepreneur. But really, it's the most important skills that you need to develop to be a successful human being. And I want to invite you to get your ticket to Mission Charge More now. It is a 5-day challenge. We start on the 19th. There are 3 options to come: general admission, VIP, and platinum. Several people have already gotten their platinum ticket. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And the people that bought their tickets, I'm like, I knew you would buy a platinum ticket. Yes. I'm telling you right now, one of the things that high-end buyers do is they get the best ticket. They don't want to be with general admission. They don't want to be over here. They like, I always get VIP. Like, I'm going VIP. Like, I'm flying first class. Like, I'm going first. Like, I'm paying to like, I was looking at some flights. Southwest doesn't have first class. It doesn't have any class. And this particular place that I'm flying to, Southwest is the only place that has a nonstop flight there from here. And I'm like, shit, I don't want to fly Southwest, right? But what did I do? When I was looking at the ticket, Southwest literally has a business class ticket, which allows you to board first and sit between rows A1 through A15. And Southwest, who doesn't have first class, doesn't have any categories, they are literally selling a first class ticket so that you can board first and you can have a choice of seating. So I ended up not buying the ticket through that. I ended up flying out of somewhere else so that I can fly direct from Delta. But if I wanted to, and that was the only thing that I was going to do, I was going to pay the $256 upgrade on top of the regular ticket because I want to be first. I want to board first. I want to have a choice of seating because that's how people who know what they want and they don't want to hassle, they go and they get VIP. Whenever I go to conferences, I go the VIP ticket. Everywhere I go, I get the VIP ticket. Even if my car at the restaurant is going to be parked right there, I valet it. I'm not walking anywhere. I'm not parking it. I'm going to valet. So those are mindset shifts, many mindset shifts that you can start to create within yourself to start becoming the person who is a high-end buyer. Because You need to become one so that you can understand one. Like you need to have sales calls. You need to have sales calls that people are scared of the investment so that you can walk them through that. But the only reason you're able to walk them through that fear and making that decision is because you remember when you had your sales calls. You remember when you had fear of making an investment on a sales call and you still pushed through and you did it. So come to Mission Charge More now. It's going to be amazing. When you go to that website, you're going to love it. A lot of work, a lot of money, a lot of time has gone into creating that web page so that we can sell this 5-day challenge. And I'm super proud of it. I love it. I don't see anybody had any questions today. Thank you for being here. If you enjoyed this live stream, share it out. And hopefully, I will see you inside of my Mission Charge More Now challenge. Until tomorrow, or you know what? Monday. I'm not going live tomorrow. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.